to the enhancements on November 6th.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, this is taking a while
It
because
has.
people in jury trials and other things and witnesses unavailable. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 15 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The state is opposed to your application for community supervision and opposed to your application for deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration. All right, the state has called their first witness. The witness is by.
Yeah, actually, I work on that store, like morning shift. I came like in early morning to open the store, and the guy walked to my car and was asking some money, or I don't know what he was asking. Then he was waiting there, so I locked my car.
Pause right here. A 15-year cap means the judge cannot go above that number, but she can absolutely go below it. And notice something critical. The state is opposing community supervision and deferred adjudication. Translation: the prosecution wants prison time. So from this moment forward, everything we're about to hear is about one thing: convincing the judge that this man deserves a second chance instead of a cell.
And I went inside to the store, but he was outside the store and waiting there. So I was working inside to fix, some stuff and arrange the beer and stuff like that and put ice on it. And he knocked the window, like the door, to open the door for him. So I said, just wait. He said, just open the door.
Mr. Neck, just a quick second. The
Yes.
person that was knocking on the window, can you see what's going on in the courtroom right now?
All right,
Yeah.
let me ask you this. Do the
Yeah,
parties
this guy.
stipulate that the person that the witness is speaking about is Mr. Dixon?
We do, Your Honor.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Judge. All right, Mr. Neck, tell me what happened next.
Okay, so when he knocked the window, he said, open the door for me. So I opened the door for him. He said, I want to play the quarter machine. But he was not playing the quarter machine. He just started shaking the machine because there is some quarter and money in it. He started shaking that. I said, don't shake the machine. You need to put the quarter. He said, no. Okay. Then he went, then he walked to the other game machine and sat there. There was like $100, like a receipt. Somebody else was cashed that ticket, and he said, look, I won the $100. I said, look, this is not belong to you, that's belong to somebody else. He left it there. He said, okay. Then I know like he gonna do something. Then he walked to the lottery ticket and he start pulling the lottery ticket from the lottery slots, like 2-3 tickets. Then I stop him. Don't take the lottery ticket. You need to pay for it. He said, no, I need to take it. I need it. I said, no. When I stop him, he push all the lottery ticket boxes, like push it and pick up the whole boxes and run with the lottery ticket. Then I run after him to get the lottery box from him, and I was telling him, give me the lottery box. He was not giving me. When I hold his lottery box, then he hit me on the face. And I was like bleeding, and my nose was bleeding, my face was bleeding, like the forehead. He hit me with the breast knuckle punch, something like that. I don't know. He has a medal on his finger.
Okay, so you were bleeding from your nose as well as the side of your head?
Not like a nose, but my nose hurt at the top of the bone. It was bleeding. Not like inside, but the top was bleeding and my forehead was bleeding. I have the picture and everything.
Okay.
And the cop will have the picture too.
Mr. Neck, have you had any ongoing injuries or ongoing pain from this incident?
Yes. So right now, as I say, like I have especially during cold weather, I have like my nose.
That detail right there, metal on his finger. That's not small. If that's brass knuckles, we're no longer just talking about theft. Now we're talking about aggravated assault factors. And notice how the victim describes the sequence: machine shaking, lottery tickets, confrontation, then violence. The prosecution is building a clear escalation narrative. Theft turns into force. Force turns into injury. And injury equals prison exposure.
Is hurting and my forehead is hurting, and I'm taking like a Excedrin, and every time those pain, like the pain medication.
How long have you had this pain? Since the incident?
Yes.
Okay, and this is going to be a weird question, but I need you to answer honestly, Mr. Neck. Did you at any time try to solicit sexual relations from the defendant?
No, that's kind of I don't know why he said that. That's kind of silly accusing, to be honest with you. That's not true and that's not right, you know.
Mr. Nick, did you do anything from your point of view that would provoke the defendant?
So what, sir? I did not get it.
Did you do anything or say anything that would have provoked the defendant to assault you?
This kind of question, to be honest with you, I can't get it. So sorry, sir.
That's okay. That's okay.
Can you explain it like a little bit like basic?
Were you aggressive towards the defendant, or were you just trying to get the tickets back?
Oh, he needs to get a punishment. I'm not gonna forgive him because he messed up my life.
Thank you, Mr. Nick. We'll pass the witness.
Defense?
Mr. Nick, can you describe your assailant on that day?
So what? Selling what?
Can you describe your assailant? What was he wearing?
The guy? Man. To be honest with you, I don't remember. Maybe like a black clothes or something like that. I cannot remember, to be honest with you, what he was wearing.
Well,
But he's this guy. I see it.
how long was that person's hair?
It was long. It was long.
Were they wearing makeup?
I don't know. That's why I cannot remember it, to be honest with you. You know, so I don't know. But I remember like his hair was long. It was this guy.
Well, Mr. Nick, isn't it true that indeed you did try to solicit sex from Mr. Dixon on that day?
No, that's as I said, like that's kind of silly accusing that he did. But I said like he was asking money. He just came inside and stole the ticket and run on the ticket and take the ticket out. And how I'm gonna be doing this? This is kind of like a silly accusing. No, that's not true.
Mr. Nick, isn't it true that when he did go inside the store, you continued to harass him, and you continued to ask for sexual favors, and that in retaliation, he took those tickets and left the store? You did have a physical altercation outside the store, correct?
No, look, inside this, it was, look, this is a kind of, as I said, this is a kind of silly accusing, you know. He asked the money from outside and he was waiting in front of the store, and when I opened the door, he came inside and he was waiting on the chair again. They have a video, they have everything. If you guys can ask from my boss, they might have a radio and they can share it with you if they have it right now. And they have a pictures. No, that was not true. He grabbed the ticket and I stopped to do not take the ticket. You know, he said, no, I will take it. I said, no, you cannot take it. When I grabbed him, you know, to take the ticket from him, he pushed the whole lottery box and take the whole lottery box and run with that one. So I ran after him to take the lottery box from him. Then he hit
Mr. Nick.
Yes.
Okay, you indicate that you've had medical issues since this incident. Did you go to an emergency room for any incidents?
No, the ambulance was there. They put bandages on me. They said it's kind of really deep, you know, that they hit you if it was too much bleeding. So go to the ER, they're gonna suture your wound. But
Mr. Nick, isn't it true that you refused medical attention at the scene?
No, I did not refuse it, but they put bandages on me and I said, okay, if I need it, I will go to emergency. But I did not go on that day.
Mr. Nick, did you ever go to a doctor concerning your injuries on this particular incident?
No, I did not go to any doctor, but I have a headache, as I said.
Mr.
Like
Nick, it's really safe to say you have no documentation of any injury associated with this event, correct?
But I have a headache. As I said, I have a headache and nose pain. So I don't know. I probably see the doctor in the future, but I don't know right now. But as I said, like I take like a pain medication. Every time when my head is hurting, my nose is hurting, I take pain medication.
All right, state, any other witnesses?
No further witnesses, Judge.
Defense, any witnesses?
I do, Your Honor. Call Dr. Joanne Murphy at this time.
All right. Defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Dr. Murphy, what do you do?
And here's the defense strategy in action. No ER visit. No doctor. No medical records. They're not saying the assault didn't happen, they're minimizing the severity. In sentencing hearings, documented injury matters. Because without paperwork, pain becomes subjective. And in court, subjective pain doesn't always move the needle like medical evidence does. Watch how that subtle doubt gets planted.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a psychologist.
Do you handle court-appointed criminal cases?
Yes, I do.
How many court-appointed criminal cases have you handled over the course of your career?
Well, certainly more than 100, maybe more than 200.
Okay. Your practice is general psychology then?
Yes, and forensic work, both criminal and civil. Do a lot of family law work, and I see patients. I have a practice as well where I see people with difficulties.
Good. And Dr. Murphy, how long have you been practicing?
I've been licensed for over 50 years, first in Tennessee in 1975, and then in Texas since 1985.
All right, thank you. And Dr. Murphy, did you have a occasion to examine Clinton Dixon?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and did you prepare a report concerning Mr. Dixon?
Yes, I did. My first impression?
Well, no, your impressions of his history. What did you think of his history?
What did I think of his what?
His history. Let me break it down. What did you think of his family history?
That he had a very difficult early and growing up. His parents were pretty much not in the picture. He was bounced from parent to parent, and then most of his life reared by a grandmother who was at times pretty nurturing and also at times pretty abusive. There was a lot of physical abuse from both parents and from this grandmother, who also could be a source of comfort, and when he misbehaved, dealt with him very severely.
With respect to his biological parents, can you opine about their involvement in his life?
It was off and on. He would sometimes live with a parent, but it almost always resulted in going back to grandmother at some point.
Were the parents homeless?
Yes, at times.
Based upon your evaluation of Mr. Dixon, did he receive any adequate supervision as a child from his parents?
No?
Did Mr. Dixon have any problems with the juvenile system?
Yes.
Do you think that was due primarily to lack of parental supervision?
And also ADHD, untreated, undiagnosed, probably.
Okay. Now, when you talked to him, did you discover that he might have had a PTSD also?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you think the PTSD extended from?
Well, he was pretty much always in trouble. He was in trouble at school. He would be expelled. He would be in trouble at home, and a lot of physical abuse. And then, of course, at age 15, he is certified as an adult and sent to TDC.
How long did he stay in TDC?
A long time.
15 years?
I don't remember precisely how many years, but I know he was transferred from one TDC to another. He was out for a short period of time and then was incarcerated again.
Did he have any attempts at suicide while at TDC?
Yes.
Do you remember how many, or was it just multiple?
I don't remember how many.
Okay. Did he get a GED while he was at TDC?
Please repeat.
Did he get any education while he was at TDC?
No, and he had finished the 8th grade.
Okay.
Right, and I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Did you catch that math? Sent to prison at 15, did the full 15 years, out at 30, and this offense happens almost immediately after. That timeline is everything. Because now the judge isn't just sentencing a robbery case, she's asking herself, did the system create the adult standing in front of me? Or did it fail him? That question is about to drive this entire decision.
And this is a question that I have. I hope nobody has any objections to me
Go ahead, Drew.
asking defense counsel, since I'm trying to make a decision on what to do in this case. So are you saying that he was sent to prison when he was 15 and he did, I read the report that you gave me, and I reviewed the PSI, so you're saying he was sent to prison at 15, and he did 15 years, and did the entire 15 years.
He did.
So that would mean 15 plus 15 is 30.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So then, and this is alleged to have been committed, well, not alleged, this offense was committed when what, he was 31 or 32?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm just trying to get the dates in my mind. All right,
Would you like me to proceed now?
yes.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Okay, so Dr. Murphy, did he pick up any other mental health issues while in custody for that 15-year period?
I don't have any records from his TDC or anything like that. So I don't know.
Okay, was he
Yes,
did that only happen once, or was it multiple occasions?
it was continuous.
Did, from examining him, did you determine whether he got any mental health therapy while he was in custody?
None. When he reported this, he was transferred to another unit, continued. It was giving orcs and receiving, and it was daily, weekly, it was continuous.
Was his appearance as that of a male or female while he was in custody with the state of Texas?
Well, as he entered, to this date, Mr. Dixon has not had any consensual activity. He didn't enter TDC feeling that he was homosexual, but he now, I guess, would consider himself transsexual, and believes that his identity should be as a female because he's had 15 years of continuous sexual activity while incarcerated.
Judge, have you ever, I'm sorry, Dr. Murphy, have you ever heard of the term girly boy?
Yes,
Does that apply to Mr. Dixon?
not to my knowledge. I mean, he was acting out, he was aggressive, you know, he would get in trouble. I don't see anything or have heard anything that he was a girly boy.
With respect to your conclusions on Mr. Dixon, could you tell the court what you think should happen with him?
You know, I think this is a horrible case, and I don't know. This is a young man who has received no appropriate care throughout his life. He spent more time in prison than out. I think the history is horrible.
Probation is going to require the defendant to attend classes, make meetings, pretty much keep to the rules and abide by a very tight schedule. Do you believe that he would be successful and be able to abide by all the rules of probation?
Only if he has stable living and stable support
Okay.
in his community.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate your answer. We'll pass the question, Judge.
Dr. Murphy, based upon what you know about Mr. Dixon, well, let me back up. Dr. Murphy, can you explain to the court what a triggering event is?
Yes, it's an event that triggers some previous trauma.
For instance, if I had previously been addicted to cocaine and I walked into a room with cocaine, would that be a triggering event?
It would, very likely.
If I had been previously the victim of and someone attempts to solicit me for sex, is that a triggering event?
Very, very likely.
Thank you, Your Honor. Pass the witness.
All right, this is what I'm gonna tell the parties. One, this is gonna be something that I'm gonna need to think about for like 15 or 20 minutes, and I will tell you what my thoughts are, and then you all can give me your arguments and maybe address the thoughts that the court is having. Before me, I have somebody who went to prison at 15. And I keep telling people, things happen in prison and people think I have some personal...
This is huge. The defense is introducing the concept of a triggering event. If the defendant experienced repeated sexual trauma in prison, and someone solicited him for sex, the argument becomes psychological reaction, not criminal intent. It doesn't excuse the conduct. But in sentencing, mitigation is about context. And context can be the difference between 6 years and supervised freedom.
Control over whether or not you're just allowed to do your time and nobody's going to bother you. And I keep telling people rape and everything else happens at a prison. So I'm considering the fact that he's 15 years old. He gets sent to prison and he does the full 15. Now, I may be wrong, and if I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong and I won't even consider it. But when usually, from my experience as a defense attorney, when you do the whole 15 years, either one or two things are happening. Either you're getting in trouble at the prison, maybe it's your fault, maybe it's not your fault, or either you have a complainant who comes to prison every time and says, do not give this person parole. And then I'm looking at the fact that he's a product of CPS, which I always tell everybody, the government does not raise children very well. CPS workers are overworked, underpaid. So these are some things that I need to think about when I'm considering all of this, because Mr. Dixon, I look at the entire life of a person, not just the incident, because if you just look at the incident, then it's an easy decision. And I'm also looking at the fact that for some reason, his name is Clinton Dixon. Then he has another sibling that they decided, some father, I guess, who thought, hey, I'm a great dad, let me name this other child Clinton Dixon as well. So if y'all can formulate your thoughts on that while I think about a few things. And, all right, Mr. Dixon, I've had a chance to hear hear testimony from all parties. And what I can tell you all, my issues and what I'm going to do, and I'm going to give you two choices. There are no other choices. Don't ask me for any other choice because these are your only two choices. Number one, someone who has child protective services history, the abuse that he's had from his family. That's why he was in CPS care. And then I understand that when he is 15 years old, he's certified as an adult. And that's a person who's certified as an adult, sent to prison for 15 years. And all that entails, and I keep telling people, prison, it would be so great if you go to prison and everybody left you alone, everybody's there to be rehabilitated, but sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes inmates get killed by other inmates in prison. Sometimes inmates get raped by other inmates in prison. And sometimes when all of this happens, nobody wants to talk because they'll be labeled a snitch and they're still in the same environment that they're in. So I'm taking all of that into consideration. So these are your choices. Don't ask me for any other choice because there's no other choice for you. One, I'll grant your application for deferred adjudication, and let me just tell you why I would grant that. With a deferred adjudication, which I've already told you and I've told your attorney before, if you were unsuccessful, you're looking at 99 years or life sentence. Or I will deny your application and I will sentence you to 6 years in the prison. And what I can tell you is I will be following the recommendations that are in the evaluation, which is saying that he is to go to SafeP. And when he is released from SafeP, he's going to be on full GPS unless he shows the court that he has employment. So the court is going to sentence you to 10 years deferred adjudication. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person.
Listen carefully. This is the moment. The judge frames it as two doors. Door number one, deferred adjudication, which sounds lenient, but if he messes up, he's looking at up to 99 years or life. Door number two, 6 years in prison, certain punishment, limited exposure. This is a judicial gamble. She's saying, I see your trauma, but I'm putting responsibility back in your hands. That's powerful and risky.
Follow the TAP recommendation of SafeP. So he's to remain in custody until transferred to safety. See maybe if felony drug court would accept him, because I see the cocaine use and meth use started at 11. So we will do that in a referral to felony drug court in custody. Work on your employment ability or ability to obtain employment, okay? All right, did you review the document titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am, that I cannot appeal the decision.
No, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, to be successful in probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, you need to let your probation officer know about it. Mr. Featherston is going to continue to stay on your case. If you feel they're not addressing it, you or Mr. Featherston can come back and address it with the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and we're off the record. Here's the thing. Tattoos. No more face tattoos. And the reason why is because people are like books, right? And when I go into the bookstore and I'm looking at the books, the first thing that attracts me is the cover, because you're like, that's an interesting cover. And then you'll open up and read it. Well, sometimes for employment, when they see face tattoos, they think this is a book I don't want to read, so they don't even really consider you for employment. So stop the face tattoos. All right? And then at some point in your life, I understand you had bad parents, maybe Child Protective Service didn't do what they needed to do, bad things happened in prison, but at some point, your decisions, they're going to start being 100% your decisions. You can't keep, saying, I'm doing this because this happened to me or that happened to me. And I'm giving you all the tools that I have available to help you become who you were always meant to be. All right? Good luck to you, okay?
My uncle said he seen you at Papado's not too long ago.
All right, let me just tell you, crab fingers at Papado's, great. I really wish they would bring back the lobster salad. They told me their owner went to Greece and came back with this different salad. I'm like, bring back the lobster salad. If I was like Norma Ray, I would stand on the table with a sign that says, bring back the salad.